Hey, I'm Bruce. I review all kinds of hi-fi gear on my channel. DACs, amps, headphones, vintage audio equipment, cassette decks, turntables, whole laundry list of stuff. And I also happen to like desktop hi-fi, right? So when my friends at APOS sent the Fiio SP3 powered speakers for me to review for a desktop hi-fi system, I said, absolutely, send them on over. Let me take a look at them. I'm glad I did. I really, truly am. Now, these sell for $300 a pair, and I've got a link down below for more information, specs, all that kind of cool stuff about these speakers in the description below. Just a few highlights. Number one is some all-metal construction on here. You get a nice rubber base that these sit on right here. And then they also include a rubber stand, which tilts the speaker approximately 7 degrees. You get that. Carbon fiber mid-bass driver. Give that a listen. Just a super well-made speaker that produces really, really big sound. Did I mention that it has RGB lighting effects if you're into that sort of thing? Well, they do. So what's in the box? Well, you get the two speakers, of course, power adapter, the AC cable, an RCA to 3.5 millimeter cable, an XLR cable to connect the two speakers together, of course, the rubber pads I was telling you about, and also a user manual. Now let's just go over the specs of the SP3s. Size-wise, they're 6.4 inches tall by 4.7 inches wide and about 5.2 in depth, so they're not that large. You get a rear-ported bass design. You get a two-way crossover, frequency response, 65 hertz to 20 kilohertz, 8 ohms impedance, 85 dB sensitivity. As far as audio connections, you get RCA and input as well as 3.5 millimeter auxiliary input. They're rear ported. You get these directional wave guides on here. I don't know if you can see this on the camera very well, but see, I got another monitor to watch myself with. Bad habit though, right? Should be looking directly into the camera. LED lighting effects, again, if that's important to you, they got them. Basically, you turn it on. One input, it'll be one color, I think blue or green. Blue. And then if you switch inputs, it changes color to green, or then you can push the button again and make it, the RGB lighting phase. You get that. And of course, here's the big thing. I had to take notes on this. Asymmetrical internal and external circuits that strengthens the magnetic field, apparently, of the mid-bass driver. So hopefully I put the picture of that in this video for you. There's the front. You see that nice, beautiful carbon fiber mid-bass driver. And there is your tweeter. Did we go out of focus? Come on, focus. On the front, there you see the mid-bass driver and the 1-inch silk driver tweeter. There you go. On the back, you get the bass port. You have your volume control, bass control, input selector. You get the RGB button, RCA in, 3.5 millimeter input in, the position switch, off and on switch, DC power, and finally the speaker connection. And that is what's on the back. And they really do give you nice, high-quality cables. Take a look at these. Got some pet hair on here from my pet cat, but just nicely made nicely made RCA cable. The connector cable is just as well made. I measured it approximately about 6 feet. So if you're looking for something longer, that cable is not going to reach, not going to make it. So how did I test these speakers? All right. So I had it hooked up to my Alienware laptop. I have Plex amp on there that's connected to my NAS. Plus the CDs. That's why I do a rip and daylac and then keep them on my NAS. Listen to a lot of classical music, a lot of jazz, but this time around, I listen to more vintage rock and roll, classic rock, if you will. Leonard Skinner, the Rolling Stones, some Beatles stuff. But I also happen to be a big B.B. King fan. B.B. King live at the Apollo. How did these sound? Well, so the bass, you got to understand, this is a 3.5-inch mid-bass driver. It's not going to be super deep, super impactful. And if you crank it up too high, too loud, and adjust the bass too high, you're going to get some distortion. So don't do that. All right? Don't do that. But if you want a smooth bass, noticeable, a little bit of punch to it, I think these deliver very, very well. As far as the other sound qualities, the mid bass, really from, I would say, the mid range is where these things really shine. Very well pronounced. Okay, vocals, beautiful, sounds outstanding. The treble, clear, detailed, not overly bright, not overly fatiguing. So good for that. This thing, Bachman Turner Overdrive, for example, their album Not Fragile, just very impactful with this. Believe me, these things get loud. Even though it's 85 dB sensitivity, believe me, they will get very, very loud. And for a small office, bedroom, den, something like this, these are going to be absolutely perfect. Now let's talk about the pros and cons. I like to do this, and I made myself a list here. I love the included accessories. I love the high quality build of these speakers. I love the interconnects, very well made. The tonality is very, very good with these speakers. Just the powerful sound that they put out for such a compact size. These are going to be a great addition to any desktop rig that you might have, whether you're listening to music, maybe you're editing a video, maybe you're playing some video games, etc. It's going to be a great addition for it. Now, also, they're small. They don't take up a lot of room, and I think that's kind of one of the key selling points. You get big sound out of the small package. All right. Now, let's talk about what I didn't like about these speakers. Number one, no Bluetooth. All right. I think Bluetooth, if they come out with an SB4, I think it should definitely have Bluetooth. No optical input. I could see a scenario of setting these up in maybe with a bedroom television or whatever and connect them via optical input, for example. No treble control. You got bass control and volume, but you don't have treble. Come on, Fiio. Let's add at least a treble control on there. No, and this is the biggest one of all. No subwoofer output. These things would be perfect, absolutely perfect, if you were able to output to a powered sub. And especially if you made a complementary, maybe a small 8-inch sub that would connect to the back of this. Like that would be, wow, those would take these to another level. The location of the power button is in the rear, so you kind of got to reach around and feel for it. And it's a soft touch power control rather than that nice off and on click. Just putting it out there, and I'm very neutral on the RGB thing. All right, rather than a small power indicator, you get these lights. That must be to appease the gamers market. I don't, I like to play video games, and I don't go crazy over RGB stuff. But that's just, maybe I'm being nitpicky here. Final thoughts. These are a serious desktop application speaker, right? It's very clear that Fiio put a lot of research in the internal design, that S-shaped tube chamber for bass reflex, the attention to detail on the mid-bass driver, the carbon fiber build under, the metallic build of the cabinet. Very little resonance coming out of here, and they produce excellent mid-bass on up, right? I think they get all the bases covered. If you're looking for more connectivity, you want to go with Bluetooth and do all this other stuff, these aren't going to be the speakers for you. But if you really want premium sound, this is definitely worth something to look at. And that's it. That's my review of the Fiio SP3 desktop power speakers. That's it. Bruce Naylor. Take care.